What's up, guys? It's Ape. Welcome to my tier list. I honestly have been feeling a bit burnt out from Guild Wars 2 recently, but I thought, you know what? The beta's over. I'll give this a go. I need to start off by saying I didn't play a lot of the beta. I think I played for like wasn't even a day really. I think I had like a few hours on it. Tried every class. Pretty much for over like 30 minutes each, apart from Paragon. But you know, wait, hang on, we need to change this a bit. A for awesome, B for I was gonna put beaver, but yeah, we'll put bouquet. C for crap, and D for dog shit. Okay. So starting off, hand on heart, I didn't play a lot of Paragon. I'm not gonna lie. I logged in, I instantly picked Paragon. I called my guy the Mighty Paragon, and then I ran into like 3 Hydras. The skills felt a bit crap, like, to be completely honest. Quite dog shit. I still feel like, you know, aesthetically, I really don't like it. I will say, like, this tier list is going to be completely my opinion on it, and you know, no one else's. I'm not a numbers guy on this game. You know, a lot of these content creators, I'll look at them and be like, okay, yeah, they understand the traits and numbers a lot better than I do. I'm just like you guys. I'm a fan of the game, and I'm like a casual Guild Wars 2 player now. I used to play every day, and now I play like 2 or 3 times a week. So take what I say with, you know, a pinch of salt. And you know, if you have any suggestions in the comments, go for it. If you like it, then I was gonna say give it a like, but honestly, give it a dislike if you hate it. So but yeah, this is all completely from my playthrough. I have no gameplay because I've been feeling really burnt out from this game. I've been on RuneScape Dragon Wilds for like 40 hours, I think, in the past week. So instead of playing the beta, I just got hooked on that game. It was quite fun, to be honest. But now I'm doing this. So sorry for the sort of off cuff. I'm not really prepared. I've been feeling a bit sick, but I thought, you know what, let's just do a video. It'll be kind of funny. Yeah, for real, Paragon. Just out of principle, man. It's dog shit. Like the wings and the effects are. I mean, it looked kind of cool when I pressed the button, and I did like the sort of, you know, you will never die mechanic. Was kind of fun to, you know, press and kind of be the hero that your team needs. But I just feel like it's kind of crap. Yeah, Paragon, honestly, dog shit. I'm so proud of this. I just literally chucked this into Chat GPT. It made me laugh so much. How good is that image, man? That's flipping hilarious. Oh no, it's not letting me do it. I was like, take this image and put this helmet on him, and I couldn't stop laughing. Oh, it's so good. They're so clever. I wish I could draw, but you know, I can't. Well, I can sort of draw cartoons a little bit, but I could probably never do it as good as this. It's just made me laugh so much. It's like a doofus. Yeah, hand on heart, Paragon felt the ultimate was kind of cool. For the split second you get to use it, I guess. Apart from that, everything else felt, you know, I'm a warrior DPS player, so I'm just not really interested in the healing aspect. And like I said earlier, a lot more content creators have the numbers and stuff, but for me, I spent 10 minutes on it. I'm a warrior main, and I spent 10 minutes on it, and I thought, you know what, it feels dog shit for me, so I didn't play it too much. The class I probably played quite a bit was Amalgam. Honestly, I mean, no surprise, it's going in S or Super. This was so good to play. It felt amazing. I think I saw the most engineered players I've ever seen in the beta, like running around. I know the numbers were like completely off. So I'll move that up a bit. That's probably going to annoy quite a lot of people. Yeah, the numbers were off. Like, they were really elevated. I think the one press of like my sword button did like 35k or something like crazy like that, and you can refresh it straight away with using the evolve mechanic. So that just felt like my berserker on steroids, to be real. But you know, the numbers tuned in a bit. This is going to be such a cool class, like absolutely the outstanding class. Feels like they spent a lot of time on the abilities. Even in the I don't know what the engineer like bit's called. I think it's called like the tool belt area, you know, in like the top left. That felt just to mix and match the six abilities you could. It felt really cool. Like, let's be real, guys. They nailed it. Like, anyone that played Amalgam, I'd be really interested if anyone disagreed. That, you know, I've not heard anyone complain that Amalgam was not what they thought it was going to be. It was like everything and more. The ultimate felt amazing to like CC. It looked really cool. You had the pull move where he turns into like that goop on the floor, like, you know, like mercury, like the metal sort of effect. It was so good to use. It also does a little bit of damage as well, so you honestly feel like Vladimir from League of Legends. The hammer ability, the spin round and slam, was really cool to use. It just flowed really well. It you know, 10 out of 10, guys. They smashed Engineer. I can't wait to make an Engineer and play it. I probably need to do that soon. But like I said, I just really haven't been feeling like playing Guild Wars. I did a Convergence the other day as my warrior, and I just feel like even on that, no one really like. There's no real plan. Everyone just kind of panics a little bit. I'm trying to go in and fight a boss, and no one like backs me up. I'm a berserker. Like, help. Maybe when I play Amalgam, I don't need a team. We'll see. I'm gonna die straight away. You watch. But yeah, Amalgam, 10 out of 10. ArenaNet, you smashed it on that. It's, yeah, I would say it's one of, if not like the most favorite like build I've ever played, to be honest. It just felt amazing. I really liked the Ranger specialization called Untamed, I think it was, like where it's kind of like the green version of a warrior, let's be real, with the hammer. And this felt like that mixed with like what warrior should have been. It just felt awesome. Really, really good. Loved it. I'll put a timestamp probably underneath this of me gushing about Engineer, but okay, we'll just go like this. Antiquary, right? I thought it was a bit crap. Yeah. Thief mains, you know, if I played PvP, you'd probably destroy me. Let's be real. I thought Antiquary was kind of crap. It was funny, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I always go to Crystal Oasis to like test out some stuff, and I'll just go in that sort of Hydra valley. I call it like the Death Valley. You kind of run in there and test specializations. You go against like dust mites, I think they're called, and Hydras, who CC you to you know, crazy amount. I took him there, and I couldn't use really any of my abilities. I got CC'd so much, but after I got out of there and actually used my brain, I don't know, it just felt a little bit. You can tell they had. Well, I don't know, actually. It feels like they should have had a direction, and they should have just stuck to the whole sort of like image of it being cards, and you know, the Antiquary can kind of like Gambit from X-Men, you know, just throws like magical cards, or like Twisted Fate from League of Legends. That would have been a lot better, I feel like. Just sort of incorporate that, you know, a move where, I don't know, I summon like 3 illusionary cards at the same time, and then we just kind of push them forward, or you know, it uses some sort of like mechanic where I can throw a bunch of cards from range and then like teleport to my card or something. I'm just talking off, you know, out of my off my arse here, guys. But yeah, what we got was visually it looked kind of funny. The script digging was kind of like a funny visual mechanic, but after a while it felt very like underpowered, and I kind of don't really know what it's trying to be. I used the like thief part of the, I don't know what it's called, I'm really sorry. I think it was like the thief skills, like where I steal stuff, and the guitar felt like just a bit janky. The hammer thing felt, I don't know. I just don't know what they were smoking when they made the antiquary class. I have no idea. For me, and disagree with me all you want, it felt crap. Like, what were they doing? Did they hire a blind person to make the class up and to make the abilities up? Because it just feels like they were like, oh yeah, the script digging, that's really funny, and then we'll get the script that throws you the thing, and then you come in and just magically summon, or you magically dig up a guitar, and then you magically turn a Cryptus turret to fight for you, which by the way does absolutely fuck all. When I was playing with it, it felt like crap. Yeah, I don't know, it just felt rubbish. Like I said, disagree with me if you felt it was good. That's cool. I'll read the comments if you leave one. And I'm the sort of person, if you give me a good enough sort of reason, I'll read it and be like, you know what, fair enough. They had a good point. But for me, it goes into C tier because it was crap when I played it. Like I said, this is all from a visual and my sort of gameplay analysis. God, my 30 minutes per class when I'm not gonna lie, guys, I completely forgot the beta was on. I made 2 YouTube videos, and then my friend had to tell me, like, oh wait, the beta's on, and I was like, oh shit, is it? Like, I was working full time, and I had no idea. I came home and played, and then I was like, oh, okay, well, we all know Paragon was gonna be dog shit, but yeah. Okay, Evoker. I thought this was really awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I probably spent quite a lot of time on this. Like, I think I played it at 5 o'clock, and the beta was gonna end at 6, and I played it for a good hour. I don't know the numbers, and I've never really played Elementalist that much. I was a Tempest back in the day, and then I realized I was pressing 25 buttons every 2 seconds, and I was like, what am I doing? I can get the same damage if I just play an easier class, and I don't die all the time. Elementus really feels like, if you're a piano player or a hardcore, keyboard spammer, you'll be pretty good, but they do die a lot, let's be real. But yeah, Evoker, I used a staff for a bit, which I haven't used. No, sorry, not staff, spear, to use all of those like cool like volcano move thing. It felt really fun. I really like the familiar stuff. I thought the ultimate felt really cool to use. You can cast it while you're moving away, which felt really good. I just press it and sort of run at the same time, and it you kind of summon like the Power Rangers to come down and help you. It felt really fun to play, like from a fun aspect, really good. I really like the abilities, and then I used sword for a bit as well. Sword and dagger, I think. Or no, what was it? Sword and, or was it scepter? I can't remember. I used sword for a little bit. It felt quite fun, but I checked a couple of websites and it was like Evoker's 50k DPS. I was like, oh Jesus, I was just having fun on it. But yeah, really good. Really like the design, like the familiar thing. I thought the gameplay for me was really fun, and I did spend, I think a good hour on this one. I just couldn't put it down. Okay, Gale Shot. I played this for like 20 minutes. Again, guys that played it for like the whole beta, let me know. I did try and play the beta, by the way, when it came out, but there were so many issues which they did fix. I just thought, what, I'll give ArenaNet and Guild Wars 2 team time to fix, without me. I wasn't going to tear them a new one for the beta not being, or for an issue to happen. That's, we all respect that they have jobs and they're trying to like fix it as quick as possible. So I wasn't gonna, I wasn't even really gonna mention it. But the beta did it did have trouble and people logging in. I kept constantly getting kicked out, but you know what? Like, let's give them praise. They did fix it, and then they extended the beta, so fair play. Gale Shot for me was just like kind of okay, I guess. My friends that played Ranger, they thought it was like okay as well. Uh, I read a comment yesterday about how Warrior Blade Swarm was like a 4-year beta for the Gale shot, and I couldn't stop laughing. They're kind of true. Like, like Blade Swarm got the gun saber mechanic, which completely makes you, you know, you're only allowed to use like another weapon set, and then you have to dip in and out of it, and it goes on a cooldown. And then Gale Shot gets this like magical feathered bow that they can just dip in and out of whenever they want. The comments are really good. If I remember in editing, I'll put it on the screen. It did make me chuckle. But yeah, damage wise, Gale Shot felt kind of cool. I really liked some of the abilities were kind of cool. The tornado one, I felt a bit weird to use, to be honest, because you kind of have to stay still straight away to chuck out a big amount of CC. But you know, fair enough, and it did look kind of cool, I guess. Yeah, the Gale Shot actual, when you like equip the bow, some of those moves were kind of cool. But yeah, like again, I only spent about 15-20 minutes on it. I honestly panicked and I was like, oh my god, I need to get through all these classes. Stop getting addicted to other games. But yeah, Gale Shot was like okay. I'm kind of happy they can dip in and out of the bow. But yeah, I'm not really a ranger. Better off asking like my ranger friends. But I spoke to a couple of them and they felt like it was, you know, okay. I still feel like Untamed and Soul Beast were really bloody good. Even Druid, right, it was insanely cool. But yeah, yeah, okay from me, I guess. Luminary, I didn't mind this. I know a lot of I've read some. Well, I've read absolutely no comments. I'm not gonna lie. I've just listened to. Well, I haven't even really watched a lot of videos on this beta, to be honest. I kind of skim through some stuff. Or you know, when you're on your phone, you just kind of swipe through, and it's like, oh, Luminary Guardian players don't like it, and I'm like, all right, well that sucks. Sorry guys. I played it, and this is my tier list, so fuck off. It was okay. I really like the sound effects of this class. When I ran into a bunch of enemies and equipping the, I don't know, the special power thing they get, I kind of thought it was cool that you couldn't like use the ability and then use it again for another effect. I thought the sound was really cool, and the ultimate was kind of fun to use. I don't really know too much what I'm doing on Guardian. I've played Dragon Hunter in the past, but this one felt for me okay, and I did kind of like the abilities. Look wise, obviously I didn't read into them too much. I don't know what every single one of them does. But for me, like gameplay wise, it felt kind of cool to run in and, you know, press 5 to block, and then, you know, another button to kind of do some cool move. And yeah, I like the ultimate. But yeah, like I said, guys, this tier list is absolutely shit because I only played the beta for like a few hours, not even that. But yeah, Luminary was okay for me, to be real. Guardian mains, if you're out there, let me know how you felt about it. Okay, Ritualist. I thought this was kind of crap, not gonna lie. I recently have picked up Reaper's, no, not Reaper, sorry, my goodness, Necro's other class, Harbinger, I think it's called. I really like Harbinger. It's really, really cool. Reaper was really cool as well, and Harbinger, I feel like, you know, I can just kind of vault in, do a bunch of damage, use the spear moves, and then get out of there. Ritualist, this thing, for me, it just felt kind of crap. The spirits would, I feel like they need to update the spirits to do something else or to look a bit different, because I'm just, anyone that played this, when you're spawning 3 of the same looking things and they all do this really slow sort of like range ball attack, it just feels kind of dog shit. Maybe this should go in D, but I don't want to get too many haters. Yeah, it just felt crap for me. I didn't spend too long on it. I looked at some of the traits. I was like, oh, that one looks kind of okay. Like lifesteal, it's a very lifestealy sort of, you know, siphon life from your enemy, or lifesteal this. And I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. But it just, for me, it just felt a little bit dog poo. Any Necro mains in the comments, please let me know what you thought about it. It goes without saying as well, guys. If if I do get like comments and it turns into the Paragon rant, I'll put the comments that I find like, really good. I'll pin it to the top. If you have something really interesting or funny to say, and I tend to agree with it, I'll pin that. I'll pin that right to the top. A lot of the time I just pin the funny ones. So let me know how you feel about Rich List. I just thought it was kind of meh. Personally, I didn't spend too long on this one. But yeah, it felt kind of slow. The teleporty stuff with the spirits can like follow you and teleport to your location or whatever. I was like, right, okay. And I was doing a little bit of damage and I thought it just feels kind of shit. I don't really know what they were going for. I feel like with Ritualist, they should have really like gone into the whole sort of like, well, correct me if I'm wrong. They either should have gone like, you can build a massive amount of spirits that like all sort of do different things and attack at the same time, or they should have gone into sort of like almost like the Harbinger mechanic where you kind of self-sacrifice a bit of your health to do things. Like, why Ritualist, right? Like, it's got a dagger. It's almost like you're doing some sort of ritual on the floor or something. Why didn't they take the Elementalist Spear 5 move to summon this sort of circle underneath them, yeah? And then when they do abilities in the circle, it empowers their spirits to do other things. They've got the animation there. They can just make it green. It's a big etched symbol. They should have just made it like black or dark green on the floor, and then when they do abilities inside of it, it increases the spirits. I don't know, they summon like a blood wave, or you get the a spirit teleports to them and starts siphoning health from them, and you can see it like when the Necro goes into Shroud and they do that life siphon move. Like, they could have just done that. This just felt kind of dog poo. Maybe I should have put it in D, but we're sticking on C for crap. So Troubadour, right? But we'll call it Bard. I played this for like 20 minutes. This tier list is gonna be dog shit. I played this for like 20 minutes. It felt kind of fun. It was like okay, to be real. Yeah, I kind of liked it's a bit similar to what they were trying to do with the Antiquary, where they were trying to make it like he summons a guitar and they summon a lute, a drum, and what's this thing called? I don't know. What is this? Banjo? Or like, I don't know, a lute or something? I think it's a lute, right? Flute, lute, and drum. God, don't ask me about music, guys. I have no idea. This just looks like an upside down like drumstick. It's a piece of chicken. Yeah, gameplay wise felt kind of cool. Abilities, I kind of liked it. I don't play Mesmer a lot. I honestly kind of liked it. I felt like the utilities were really sort of cool to press as well. Again, I feel like some of the numbers may be a bit different, but yeah, for me this class felt kind of fun. I know I ripped into it about it having body odor issues, but yeah, I didn't mind it. It was okay. And last was Conduit. I mean, gameplay wise, I honestly thought it felt awesome. Again, I'm not a... Sorry, I'll move that out of the way. I'm not a Revenant player. I honestly do not know what I'm doing half the time on it. But it didn't feel crap to me. It felt kind of fun. Pressing like the Q, like, sorry, not the Q, the ultimate move where he like kind of summons around you with a scythe, and then their like other ability where like periodically you'll do like that scythe move. I felt like it was kind of cool. I felt like the utilities were kind of cool as well. The visual effects I really liked them. Gameplay wise, I did play it as I think I played Spear Condition Conduit for a bit. Again, Rev mains, if you're out there, let me know how you how you feel about it. But yeah, it felt kind of fun. I was just kind of turned my brain off and played Rev and still didn't die and did quite a bit of damage. It felt really good to play. But yeah, apart from that, I only played it for like 20 minutes, to be honest. Like I said, that I literally had one day to play the beta, and as it was getting closer to 6 o'clock, I kind of panicked. I was like, oh my god, I need to go through all of these. But I legitimately, this should be like a time list, not a tier list, because I spent the most time like this way down, I would say. Like, I spent most time on Amalgam, and then I had a good session on Evoker. Then Conduit felt really fun for me to play. Gale Shot, I honestly didn't really know what I was doing, but it's still, you know, I saw high numbers, so my brain was happy. Luminary, I felt like I was going in like to be a tank. I don't know if that's what they were getting at, but I did feel like I could just run in and face tank everything, and I was fine. We did a couple of bounties on Path of Fire, and the kind of annoying ones that you need at least like 2 or 3 people for, and we did them with 2, and it felt kind of fun. It has like OKCC as well. Troubadour, Bard, it did feel quite fun to me to play. These top 6 felt the best to play, honestly, and then these bottom 3 felt kind of crap, personally. You know, type in the comments what you feel. But I tried to go in with like a clear head, but I played Paragon for like 20 minutes, and I was reading the skills, and it just looked crap and just felt crap. And I know I'm not a healer. Like, these just keep making me laugh. I'm not a healer, so I'm probably really biased here. And healers, you know, if you loved Paragon, let me know. I just felt like it was crap, like absolute dog shit. I feel like they just completely screwed up the theme of it. I think what annoys me the most is it has so much potential to be really cool. You know, look wise, animation wise, and then like ability wise, they have so much room. You know, they pulled a sword from Amalgam out of their arse, and it's like I don't know, like a flipping half the screen size ability where the engineer just slams down onto an enemy. Yet my Paragon, when I played it, gets some stupid shout bubble move, and it just looks absolutely crap. But yeah, don't get me started. I'll do another Paragon rant where I just cry more about it. Yeah, it frustrates me because they have so much. What am I looking for? They've got so many resources to put into these classes. I feel like every class should get equal time, and even though this is kind of like a time list and a tier list, it felt like these got more time than the other 3. Like, the other 3 were done by the interns, and these 6 were done by people that actually kind of like their class. Like, why did we give little Jimmy the antiquary class and just told him, yeah, you know what, Jimmy, just go for it. Just, you know what, anything you can think of when you come into work tomorrow, just put into the class. And he was like, oh, yeah, okay. He goes into work. He's like, you know what, I saw online that it would be really funny if I put a script dancing in front of the enemy to distract them. And then his boss was like, oh, Jimmy, that's fantastic. Yeah, let's do it. No, Jimmy, you fucked up. I don't know what they were on when they made Ritualist, to be honest. It could be so much better. Think of Janthea Wilds. If you guys have played Janthea Wilds, I haven't completed the last little bit of the story. I think I'm on 17 or 18 or whatever it is. Got completely burnt out from the bears talking so bloody slow, to be honest. I could do better voice acting than him when he was like, oh, well, Wayfinder makes... Oh, Wayfinder. Oh, make me a pie, Wayfinder. Make your own pie, you flicking dickhead. Yeah, God knows. Why didn't they just make this the Ritualist like the I don't know what her name was. There was an enemy on Janthea Wilds, like the Blood Moon Witch or something, like just an event, and she looked really cool. Why didn't they just copy some of her abilities or something? You know, they made some dog poo. And then Paragon, yeah, I just, you know, yeah, it's depressing, man. I started making videos because I just thought Paragon was absolutely crap. This actually spurred me into making content because I was so angry about how little detail they give warrior and how much they care so little about warrior. It feels, you know, if do me a favor, guys. Look at some of the old patch notes from back in the day. I don't know, go back 2 years, you know, when Blade Swarm came out, and then start looking through them, and you'll see warrior gets put right down at the bottom, and we only ever get like 1 or 2 details that are changed, unless it's something major, because we've been complaining so long. We're like, this needs to be fixed. Blade Swarm's abilities still flash in the wrong place, or when you do the dash move and then the dragon trigger dash, or I don't know what it is anymore, but it basically sends you through from point A to B really quickly, and you do like a dash through everyone. It kind of stutters when you go to use it, and it has like a slow delay, and you're just like, I'm trying to like get through these enemies as quickly as I can, and you've given me a slight delay on it. They changed the main ability of the Blade Swarm as well, and it just go through and read some of it. It's pathetic what warrior gets. We get like 2 lines at the bottom sometimes. It's just every other class gets all this love, and we get this. We get dog poo. Yeah, just frustrated because I feel like Paragon could have been so much more. If they just changed some of the visual effects and tweak the numbers. Well, I don't really like the shouts too much, to be honest. I tried to play a little bit, and I just thought, this is kind of crap. It really feels like you have to play staff, and I know people in the comments are going to be like, well, that's obvious, it's a heal weapon. Yeah, okay, but, you know, not every other class needs to play one weapon to play that class the best it can be. Like, why does one weapon determine what the class is going to be? That's just really shit design. You might as well have put the warrior staff kit in the Paragon, you know, in the Paragon abilities, and then rework staff or something. But don't rework staff, please, because that was actually quite a fun weapon. But yeah, I'm just disappointed, guys. I don't know how much longer I can complain about how visually I think Paragon's crap. But the numbers, guys, in the comments, if you comment, let me know how you felt about Paragon. You might completely disagree with me. That's absolutely fine. If you played Paragon and felt like it was really good, let me know. Let me know what you think. This is all from, honestly, this should be called a time list, like I've said. This is the amount of time that I spent on every single one. Yeah, let me know how you felt. I would find it kind of interesting to see if anyone thought that Amalgam wasn't what they thought it was going to be, because it was everything and more. And like I said, these top 6, it felt like they were given time and a bit of effort. Visually, you know, they made a whole like orchestra for the Troubadour, but Paragon gets 2 seconds of dog shit. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll try and make a video every week. It just depends how my motivation is for this game. It's slipping a little bit, but I'll try, guys. You know, as long as I keep playing Guild Wars 2, I'll make some stuff. I've got a couple of ideas for like maybe new specializations, just kind of like brainstorm one video of. Yeah, I was honestly thinking like maybe a warrior spec that kind of summons a weapon, you know, and it kind of goes behind you, mimics your burst skills or something, you know, and we can tune that to be a condition or power damage, because I feel like warriors are missing the condition damage spec. We haven't had one in ages, or you know, we're missing something good. You know, I can't wait to hear what their excuse is going to be in a year's time or 2 years' time when the next expansion class stuff comes out and warrior doesn't get the amalgam sword, because they can just color it in red and just put it on warrior and make it a condition ability where it burns or something. But if they don't do that, I've just completely lost faith in warrior, to be honest. But yeah, I had a cool idea for like a warrior build or a warrior sort of thoughts video, so we'll see. I'll see how I feel and try and get it done. But this has absolutely been no script video. I don't know how long I've been rambling for, probably too long, but thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one, and I hope you all have a good day. See ya.